Most billionaires eventually retire. They cash out, buy islands, and disappear from the business world. But Warren Buffett is different. At 95 years old and worth over $100 billion, he still wakes up, drives to the same office in Omaha, and spends his day reading and investing. The question is, why? Why would a man with more money than he could ever spend choose to keep working? The answer reveals a secret about success, one that can change how you look at money, work, and even your own future. Buffett was born in 1930, right in the middle of the Great Depression. His father was a stockbroker, but like millions of Americans, the family went through financial struggles. This backdrop shaped him. While other kids played outside, Buffett was obsessed with money and business. At 6 years old, he bought a six-pack of Coca-Cola for 25 cents and sold each bottle for a nickel. A tiny profit, but a huge lesson. If you can spot opportunities, you can create value. At 11, he bought his first stock, 3 shares of City's Service. He paid $38 per share, only to watch the stock fall to $27. Scared, he sold at $40, making a tiny profit. But the stock later soared to $200. That experience taught him patience, a principle that became the foundation of his investing style. By the time he finished high school, Buffett had already saved thousands of dollars through his paper route, selling gum and magazines, and running pinball machines in local barbershops. He wasn't chasing money for survival, he genuinely loved the process of turning small ideas into profit. Unlike most investors of his time, Buffett didn't just rely on instinct. He studied relentlessly. He attended Columbia Business School, where he met Benjamin Graham, known as the father of value investing. Graham's philosophy was simple: buy stocks that are undervalued, hold them long-term, and let time do the work. Buffett became Graham's student, and later, one of his employees. But even then, Buffett stood out. While Graham looked strictly at numbers, Buffett added another layer. He looked at the quality of businesses and the people running them. This mix of analytical discipline and human judgment became his edge. It wasn't just about numbers, it was about long-term vision. In 1962, Buffett bought shares of Berkshire Hathaway, a failing textile mill. At first, it looked like a mistake. Textiles were dying in America, and Buffett wasn't a textile expert. But here's where his genius showed. Instead of clinging to the business, he used Berkshire as a shell, a holding company, to buy other businesses. Over decades, Berkshire Hathaway grew into an empire. Today, it owns or holds major stakes in Coca-Cola, Apple, American Express, Dairy Queen, and dozens more. A $1,000 investment in Berkshire during Buffett's early years would be worth tens of millions today. That empire wasn't just built on money, it was built on a mindset, consistency, patience, and an obsession with the game of investing. Buffett once said, "I tap dance to work every day." Most people dream of retiring because they spend decades doing work they don't enjoy. For Buffett, investing is the opposite. It's exciting. It's fun. It's like a never-ending puzzle. Every morning, he spends hours reading annual reports, financial statements, and newspapers. He consumes information the way athletes train their bodies. He doesn't see it as work. To him, this is play. Here's the truth: if your work feels like play, you never feel the urge to retire. That's Buffett's biggest secret. Here's what shocks people: Buffett doesn't live like a billionaire. He still lives in the same house he bought in 1958 for $31,500. He drives modest cars. For breakfast, he goes through the McDonald's drive-thru, ordering the same $3 meal depending on the stock market's mood that day. He drinks 5 cans of Coca-Cola daily. This isn't an act. Buffett is genuinely happy living simply. While other billionaires chase yachts, mansions, and luxury vacations, Buffett doesn't care. Why? Because his happiness doesn't come from spending money, it comes from making money work for him. And here's the irony. The man least interested in luxury ended up one of the richest of all. For Buffett, the game isn't just personal. It's about teaching and giving back. Every year, millions of investors wait for his Berkshire Hathaway shareholder letters, which are packed with wisdom and stories. He uses plain, simple language to explain complex financial ideas, making them accessible to everyone. Buffett has also pledged to give away 99% of his wealth to charity. Through the Giving Pledge, which he co-founded with Bill Gates, he's already donated tens of billions. To him, money is a tool for impact, not just luxury. So why not retire? Because retiring would mean leaving behind this chance to influence future generations. When asked why he keeps working, Buffett has a simple answer. I will retire 5 years after I die. To him, retirement makes no sense because he's already doing what he loves. He once joked, I get to work with people I like, in jobs I love, and I don't have to do anything I don't want to. Why would I stop? Most people retire to escape jobs they dislike. Buffett built a job so enjoyable he never wants to escape. That's the difference. So what can you learn from Buffett's refusal to retire? First, find work you'd do even if you didn't need the money. That passion will outlast any paycheck. Second, focus on the long game. Wealth isn't built in a year, it's built over decades of patience and consistency. Third, remember that happiness isn't about buying more. It's about living on your own terms. Buffett doesn't measure success by yachts or mansions. He measures it by doing what he loves every single day. So here's the truth. Warren Buffett never retired because he never had to. He built a life where every day feels like freedom. If you want more stories like this, about billionaires, entrepreneurs, and the secrets behind their success, make sure to subscribe and join us.